God, you stole it!
Hi and welcome to Prod Touring TV, coming to you from Bathurst. Today we're at the 6 hour, the most gruelling race of the season, and it's a race where both drivers and teams have to manage a number of compulsory pit changes, pad changes, tyre changes, and a lot of refuelling during designated change windows. Today it's all about the race strategy, coming to you live, and throughout the day we'll be talking to a number of team managers and racers to see how they adopt their strategy throughout the race. So let's get on to the action. So Rob, here with you today, you've just come in from the 1 hours out there, first hour on the track. There's already been 2 safety cars and you've come in right with the refueling on the 1 hour mark. How does that go for your strategy for the day?
It sort of does fit with the strategy. That was our plan. It was probably a bit short than our fuel run we planned to do, but there's going to be more safety cars, so we figure we'll get one out of the road. We've got to do a minimum of 4 stops, so we'll bank one now under safety car. That's one less we've got to do under green, but I feel there'll be more safety cars. There's 50 cars out there, and everyone's pushing reasonably hard.
So where do you think that'll put you in terms of overall compulsory pit stops? Do you think you'll actually need to do more than 4? Are you going to see how many safety car periods there'll be before you actually apply that strategy?
If we could stretch a bit further on one of the next 2, that'll help us. We reckon we can get through on 4 stops. So now we've probably stopped a little bit earlier than we'd planned, but you had to go. You couldn't stay out.
And the timing was right, obviously, with the safety car in. So tyres. Obviously, Bathurst is quite kind to tyres, particularly in good conditions. The track's clean, I'm assuming, as well. Do you think you'll actually need to change tyres during the day?
Yeah, we will definitely change tyres. They've had a look at them now, and they are wearing pretty good. But there's a strategy around it where probably the next pit stop or the one after we'll throw some tyres at it. But the car's handling well. Probably got a little bit loose near the end of the session, probably a little bit over-pressured, but because it's quite warm out there. But overall, the car feels really good.
Okay, excellent. All right, well, good luck for today, and see how you finish up over the weekend.
Thank you. Cheers, guys. Take care.
So what you can see here is the Scott & Hanley Evo CXC car that had an incident with BRAG up through the cutting, and the officials have deemed it unsafe to drive without removing the full windscreen and the rear windscreen as well. So it's a pretty frantic bit of activity just to try and get them back onto the circuit at the moment. I'm here with Brett Healy, and it's just hit the 2 hour mark, and you're in for your second fuel stop already. So I'm thinking you're actually running a little bit rich on the fuel side, and probably a bit quicker than you want in terms of refueling. But it was also, I think, about the fourth safety car period as well. How are things going for you at the moment, and where do you think you're going to be running towards the end in terms of the amount of pit stops that you have to do, and whether or not you also need to do a pad change, and how you're approaching tyres? How's it looking for you?
We're probably going to be doing 5 pit stops because we're using a little bit more fuel than what we thought. We'll wait after they stop now, and Matt did a full hour at race pace, so we'll get a real good indication of how much fuel you're using. At this stage, probably going to do 5 stops, but hey, that's just better to be safe than sorry. Brake pads, we've got 30 mil left on our front pads at the moment, so we're right for the race. That's sweet, and we're just managing our temperatures, keeping it nice and cool in the car, and just we're trying to conserve fuel where we can, but we don't sacrifice any car speed either. So it's just once we get a good indication of how much fuel we use in that 1 hour, we'll know a bit more then, yeah.
And how's the track temp at the moment? Is it affecting the car's heat as well, in terms, particularly in the traffic situations? Are you noticing a spike in the heat of the car because there's like 50 cars out in the circuit? Are you having to manage that aspect of it as well during the race?
The car's temperature is pretty good. It's actually dropping about 15 degrees from the top of the mountain to the end of the Conrod Strait because of the airflow. So we're getting up a little bit at the top of the mountain, nothing to worry about, but it's dropping dramatically down the straight. So, and we're just trying to find that clean air where we can. But it's just, there's a lot of cars out there doing a lot of different speeds. So we're just trying to manage that as best we can without getting caught up behind anybody and getting the heat from that car into our car. So there's a long way to go. So we're just trying to keep as much clear air in the car as we can at this stage, but all good so far.
And just the tyres, are you expecting just to do one tyre change for the whole 6 hours? Like, how kind is the Bathurst track being on your car at the moment?
It's been good. We've done 2 hours. We just changed 2 tyres then. We've done 2 hours on the 4 tyres we had. We changed it to 2 driver side ones, and we're confident we'll probably do a complete set, one more, and that should see us through the end of the race. So probably 6 tyres will change throughout the race, maybe 8, but we're trying to do 6 if we can at this stage, yeah.
And in terms of safety car periods, are you expecting how many more roughly? And are you doing your stops based on just waiting it out and seeing how many more safety car periods come out, and then running the car lean for a while and seeing where that brings you at the end, or is there a strategy around that?
Look, like I said, at the moment we're hour to hour stopping, but our first stop was a 50-minute mark because the safety car came out, and we thought that's close enough for us. We're in to try and save a bit of time out there. So I'm expecting a more safety cars, to be honest. I touch wood, it's all okay, but it's been pretty eventful so far, and I don't see it sort of slowing down just yet. But we will work in with that, but with our own strategy, and hopefully we can sort of fudge our way up a little bit as we go.
For sure, and yeah, I think you're right. There will be more safety cars. It's a long day. Anyway, thanks for the information, and good luck.
No worries, thank you very much. Cheers.
So at the 2 hour and 40 minute mark, approximately, the Healy Motorsport car came in with a damaged rim. Unfortunately, the Healy car had to run around the whole circuit on a damaged rim before coming into pit lane, so they've lost a lot of time and need to make it up. As you can see, there's a bit of frantic work going on to actually remove the rear wheel and fix the hub that's been seized on the wheel itself. Put some new studs on and a new wheel, so it's taken a fair bit of time, but they've finally got it back out there. So good luck to them. Jerry Murphy here, and it's approaching the 2.5 hour mark on the 6 hour. Jerry, you've just done a 2 hour stint. How's the day looking for you, and what does it mean for the next however many hours are left, or running free without traffic or with safety cars? How do you think it's actually going to pan out, and what does it mean for your strategy for the day?
We just did a 2 hour. We're doing the runs on the fuel numbers, so we had to do a 2 hour run, and I thought I was out there for a while, but the biggest problem was I needed to go to the can. So, so I was thinking, if they don't hurry up, I'm going to leave Mick a little wet seat here. But anyway.
Is that just because you're drinking too much while you're out there because you're a bit nervous, or what?
Yeah, I was constantly drinking, but I had to stop that. So strategy-wise, it's all working really well, but with the safety car, we're not sure how that's going to play out because they didn't actually pick up the leader because the leader pitted. So there could be a number of cars could go a lap down through no fault of their own. So Dean and Phil are crunching the numbers on that, and we'll have to see how it goes.
So there's a lot of cars, particularly in the A2 category, that are running really just on an hour with fuel at the moment. So if you can keep running around the 2-hour mark, I think you'll be doing really well at the end.
Oh, is that right? So I didn't know that. I'm sure Dean knows. But the car's good. We went to Lacoste and came in. So if we can keep doing that, you're right. And we've got the hot shoe in there now. So we call Mick the PlayStation. So you just plug him in and he goes, and he'll be punching out big numbers.
Right, sounds good. And in terms of pads and tyres, what's happening for the rest of the day there?
Well, I had a look at the tyres that they pulled off. They're open over there. You can film them later, but they look good. The brake pedal was good. Everything in the car was brand new, actually.
Excellent. Sounds like it's going to be a pretty good fighting chance for you at the end there. Fifth gear automotive entry with Flanagan was leading Class A2 for quite a substantial period during the race. Unfortunately had to come in with a dyed alternator. Looks like the guys have got it back out and running again, but I think they've lost a fair bit of time, so they'll have to see where they come back out in the field. Being that there's just been a safety car incident as well not too long ago, it's probably not ideal timing, but hopefully they can recover from there. So with an hour and 20 minutes to go, we've had both Policena Motorsport cars come in for their last and final scheduled changes, drivers. It looked like they're in a really good position to finish the race at the pointy end, both running 4th and 5th at the moment, side by side, so it looks like they're going to have a very good result. With just under half an hour to go, Tony Verag and team have just come in for their final stop, doing their final fuel stop. And Tony's heading out for the final session. They've done very well to recover from the beginning of the race with a lap 1 incident and ready to go for the final 25 minutes. As with all endurance racing, reliability is the key to getting to the end of the race, and it was no different across the Bathurst 6 Hour, where we saw quite a large range of mechanical problems and incidents on the racetrack. We saw electrical issues during the race, such as with the AMG A45 going into limp mode and having constant computer problems. We saw alternator failures, ABS module failures, we saw wheels falling off, HSVs and minis either through contact with other competitors or with the wall. And there was also a last-minute turbo failure for the Proctor WRX with only 20 minutes remaining in the race. At completion of the 6 hours, the winning car completed 125 laps with a total race distance of 776 kilometres. From the 50 starters on the grid, we had 33 classified finishes with 17 DNFs. Interestingly, over the 6 hours, only 2 cars received compulsory pit stop time penalties, either due to infringements with pit crew working on the car or not meeting the minimum 2-minute time period for each pit stop.
Winner of Class B1 and outright winners of the High-Tech Holders Bathurst 6 Hour for 2016. Make some noise for Nathan Malcolm and Shaz Foster.
Over the 6 hours, the results show that even if you had one major incident during the race, yet then had consistent lap times throughout the rest of the race and timed your pit stops well with safety car periods, you're actually in with a very good chance for a good result. As shown by the VRAG racing team, who had a major incident at the very start of the race, came back through the field with consistent lap times and ended up winning the A2 class.
Chris Breeze and Mark Kane.
We hope you enjoyed this insight into the pit stops and race strategy throughout the Bathurst 6 Hour, and look forward to your company again on Prod Touring TV.